James Monroe, he becomes our fifth president of the United States of America. He did one major thing that really defines who he is as a president, and this thing was about American foreign policy. And the decisions that he made in the foreign policy, the plan of how we're going to treat other countries, it really was a plan that we used for many, many, many years to come. And this plan became known as the Monroe Doctrine. So let's talk about that. Now, after the United States gained their independence in the Revolutionary War, a lot of other countries in South America wanted to do the same thing. So, as you can see, these little dates that are here on the map, they're different countries who fought and gained their independence from countries in Europe. So, let's take Mexico. Mexico used to be a colony of Spain, but in 1821, Mexico wanted their freedom, they wanted their independence, so they fought Spain for it, they won, and they became Mexico. They were no longer a colony of Spain, they were Mexico. And so as you see in these other dates with Peru, Brazil, Bolivia, all of these other countries started gaining their independence, and they really took it after us gaining our own independence. Now this causes something kind of start to happening in James Monroe's mind, so let's see what he does. Now, because of all these countries from South America gaining their independence, during a speech to the United States that James Monroe is giving, so James Monroe is giving a speech, he says that North and South America are going to be forever free of European countries, and that the United States would protect North and South America from Europe ever coming back. So what he's saying is that the North and South America don't have to worry, that Europe, like Spain, England, France, Portugal, the North and South America doesn't have to worry about those types of countries coming back in and creating new colonies or taking them over. Because if they do try to do that, then they have to mess with the United States. Here's just some political cartoons that will hopefully help you understand the Monroe Doctrine a little bit. So as you see here on the left, North America, which is the United States, is telling the European countries to stop, that they can't come over. It was like James Monroe was drawing a line with this Monroe Doctrine, this speech saying, you can't come over here. It's not yours to have anymore. So Europe's sitting there saying, well, what do you mean it's off limits? Because they feel like they should be able to come over here. But if Europe does go over to South America, then the United States is saying, hey, you're going to have to mess with us. And I don't think you want to do that. Here's another picture. You see the people behind the fence are the European countries like Spain, France, England, Portugal. And good old Uncle Sam is telling the countries in South America that don't worry, you don't have to worry about them because they're on the other side of the fence, and I'll make sure that they stay there. Here we see Uncle Sam holding out his bat, making sure that he's protecting South and North America. Here in the Monroe Doctrine, Uncle Sam's telling Europe and any other country to keep their hands off, that it's not their country anymore, and that the United States is going to protect them. And then finally, the line in the sand. Okay, James Monroe's doctrine really put a line in the sand and said, hey, you can't cross over here. You cannot come over to South or North America, or you'll have to mess with us. The Monroe Doctrine becomes a big, big step in foreign policy, and really communicates what we believe as the United States for many years to come. That we would protect countries that are weak, and that we believe in countries having freedom. So here's a nice little cartoon of Bugs Bunny drawing the line and telling them to stay back. So the Monroe Doctrine is a warning to European countries like Spain, France, England, Portugal to stay away from South and North America.